Hi everybody, this is Kevin from Texas Yardman and More. Thought I would come out here and shoot a quick video on my pear tree. I'm located here in Central Texas, and it's about the end of July. It's July 26, 2021, and we're in the season of pears right now. And just wanted to kind of show you how my pear tree was doing. And this tree is probably about 4 years old. I bought it from one of the big box stores. It was either Home Depot or Lowe's, and so it was already about half this size when I planted it. So it's had a couple of years to develop here, and just kind of wanted to show you some of the fruit that's coming off of it. You can see a cluster of 3 pears right there, and they're pretty good size, maybe the size of a tennis ball. And this particular tree has done very well. We've got fruit hanging all over this tree, and I'll try to get in close so you can see some of it. And there's a couple of larger ones right in here. Here's a really large piece of fruit. It's one of the largest on the plant, on the tree here. And I've got some more on this side. Here's one right there. And here's a nice sized one down here. And I think we got a couple up here that are clustered. There's 2 of them right next to each other. And so I think all in all I've got maybe 10 to 11 pears this year, and I'm very happy about that. This past February we had a really cold freeze where the temperatures dropped into the teens for about a week, and that's kind of unusual for Texas. That was when we had the major power outage in this state, and a lot of our trees down here, or I shouldn't say a lot, but several people lost trees in, I guess, all over the state actually. And so this tree seemed to do pretty well. It was cold hardy. It blossomed this spring, and now here's the result of the blossoms. We got these fruit hanging from the tree here. So here in Texas we generally harvest our fruit off these pear trees probably end of July into August, and basically just when it gets to the size that you prefer, that's when you can pick it. And this particular pear, you know, pears you want to take from the tree and let them set for a week or 2 just to kind of soften up, and you don't really want to eat them fresh off the tree. You want to let them soften. So really happy with this tree this year. So I saw these and I figured I'd do a quick video on it. I have a couple other fruit trees. There's a peach tree over there, and I got a big pile of limbs there that came off of this peach tree, as well as I've got a Methly Plum tree over there. So needed to do a little bit of pruning. I know you typically do that in the spring or the fall. We're kind of in late summer here, so decided to cut some of those branches off and kind of open the trees up a little bit. But this peach tree did not produce any peaches this year due to that cold snap, so I guess it's taken a season off, and I guess we'll hope for a better year next year. So they generally are ready to pick by the end of spring into the early summer. So and I've had peaches off this tree several times, and the peaches are really good. And here's my Methly Plum. This tree has grown very nicely. Once again, the cold snap kind of affected it this year. I'm glad that it didn't die, but it did produce some smaller fruits. Not a whole lot, but I managed to pick a few and eat them, and they tasted really good. They get a real dark purple flesh, and if you like plums, I highly recommend you go with this type of plum tree. It does well here in Texas, so those are just 3 of my fruit trees. And over here we have a garden, raised gardens. These are beets, and I haven't done any harvesting out of here. I've just been kind of letting them grow. And we got some basil growing here. I've got some Julepeno pepper plants, and the other ones are serrano plants. And you can see I've got several peppers growing here. I like to wait till they get a little bit bigger than what they are, but these are going to be some really good size by the time I harvest. Oh, there's a good one right there I probably could pick, but I'll wait another day or two. And here's my Julepenos. Some of you might be wondering what a Julepeno is. It's basically a jalapeno pepper, but it's a more milder version. Some people say that it's almost as mild as a bell pepper. I have yet to try one, but I'm going to here pretty soon. Here's some more serranos. Lots of peppers growing, and I like to pick them and put them in the freezer and use for salsa, throughout the year. So I never usually run out of them. So if you got 2 or 3 good plants that are growing, highly recommend you use some serrano peppers for your chili or your salsa. And they're really tasty. They got a little bit of heat to them. Some people like a lot of heat. I take the seeds out of them, but I grind them up in a food processor. And I got some bell peppers growing here. These are really good when you're making omelets and put them in salads, whatever you like. So I purchased these raised containers. I got these from Tractor Supply. They're about $100 each. And they have a drain plug right down there in the bottom center area. You just take the drain plug out, and then you can fill these up with potting soil or any kind of soil you like. And I just leave the drain plug covers off. That way you can water it, and the water has a place to go drain. Here's a crepe myrtle. These are really pretty trees in Texas. Pretty flowers. There's different colors, different varieties. Some grow super tall, some grow more like a bush size. And here's a little lime tree that I ended up having to cut down towards the bottom because of that cold snap, but it seems to be bouncing back a little bit. And there's a Texas pecan tree. This started out as a little sapling that was given to me by an arborist. It's maybe a 1.5 feet tall at the most. And it's grown very nicely. They're slow growers, but once they start getting to this size, I'm guessing maybe I might even start getting pecans maybe next year. So right now I don't see any, but I was kind of hoping for some this year. And let me take a look up there. I'm not seeing any. But they take a while to mature, so you have to be patient with pecan trees. Here's some rock roses, and this was the sage, also known as barometer bush. Got hit with the cold weather, but it seems to be bouncing back. And here's my grapevine here. It's grown into this rock rose bush. It's a Thompson seedless grape. And earlier this season it did have grapes on there, but critters must have got to them before I did. And we'll see what it does next year. It should do very well. it's just growing all over the place, and I'm going to let it grow all over this fence here, just kind of do whatever it wants. And there's another one right over there in that corner, and that's taking over that fence, which is what I want it to do. So you can see these vines have shot all the way over there, trying to find a place to grab onto, and I just kind of let it do what it wants. And get some tomatoes growing here, and another Texas crepe myrtle. That's a prettier deep red color, which I find really pretty. Another rock rose bush over there, and that's a mountain laurel. It's starting to bounce back from the cold snap. And they have pretty purple flowers, you know, the end of spring on into the summer, and they smell beautiful. Here's a banana tree. That's an Orinoco banana tree. So far I have not gotten any bananas off of it, and it managed to survive the cold weather as well. This year there's probably, it looks like 3 main stalks. Started out as 1, so it's reproduced, and just kind of waiting for some bananas to appear. Oh, we got a bunny here. Doesn't quite know what to do. I'm only about 3 feet away. And here are my Concord grapes. This has been producing grapes, and I'll see if I can find some. There's some clusters in here. Some are ready for picking. There's some down in here, some up in here, green ones getting ready to turn purple. There's some purple ones. And last year I got a really large crop of them. And these do have seeds in them. Probably guessing there's a variety that doesn't have seeds, but they taste really good. These are the ones they put in your jellies and your jams. And see if I can find one to eat here. There we go. You just got to kind of look around. There's one. So they got a nice good purple color to them. Go ahead and try that. Oh yeah, those taste good. This tree here is a pomegranate tree. So it was affected by the cold weather as well, and I just chopped off the top parts, and it's starting to come back up from the bottom here, so we'll see what it does. Yeah, we got my garden, flower garden over here. I got a morning glory just crawling all over the place. And the bees love it over here, all these flowers. And this is a butterfly bush of some sort that will eventually bloom. This year it's just basically been crawling up this fence. And I've got to do a lot of pulling of grass and some weeds out of here. I just kind of have been letting it go. These here are Yupon holly bushes. And I got another little fruit bush started here. And I forget the name of it, but it produces berries on it that are like a raspberry. And the name escapes me at the minute. So anyhow, I just wanted to show you how my Texas pear tree has been doing. I'll probably end up picking these pears off this tree probably by the end of this week. And I can't wait to try one. And I'll usually end up putting mulch around the tree as a protection. I probably should already have it there, but it's got a small layer right down there, and that kind of serves two purposes. It keeps the moisture in, and it also fertilizes, you know, as that mulch breaks down. So anyhow, hope you like this video. If you do, please like it, and if you like the videos that I produce and put on my site, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and anytime I put a new video up there, it'll notify you. And hope you all have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.